Good morning, Columbia. Thank you so much for waking up with us. I'm Curtis Wilson.
Tyler Ryan, 501, Monday morning.
28th day, so we still got today 2 more days, right? 30th?
Yes. Yeah, Wednesday is the last day. So May 1st is Thursday. So
Is it May 1st like Flagpole Day or Maypole Day or something like that?
I don't know.
Useless trivia? Okay.
I know the 4th is May the 4th be with you, and of course Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
I don't have Maypole Day. What is a Maypole?
It's a dance you do around a pole. It's an,
That's right. It's like an old tetherball thing, right?
Yeah. Well, not with a ball, but people.
Right.
Something like that. I don't know.
We're very learned this morning.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll research that.
Okay.
Do some investigative journalism.
That'll work.
I'll tell you what, let's investigate the weather.
And the legacy of the late Kobe Bryant is still bringing the big bucks in at an auction. His NBA debut jersey sold for, get this, $7 million at an auction on Thursday. Bryant wore this yellow jersey with the number 8 back in 1996 during his first media day, his preseason debut, and his regular season debut. Bryant averaged just 7.6 points per game in his first NBA season, but he retired with 5 titles as one of basketball's greatest players of all time.
Wow.
Lakers could use him now.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they're on the verge of being eliminated in the playoffs right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, $7 million for a stanky old shirt. Golly.
So they're asking me who's the GOAT in the NBA? Come on. Kobe was good, but it is Michael Jordan
Yeah.
of all time.
Larry Bird,
Bird's up there.
you know?
Yeah, there's a list of the top 50 players of all time. LeBron, he's probably at 51st, so he didn't make the top 50.
Really?
Sorry.
Okay.
Somebody called me a hater. All right, I give him 49. I'll put it there.
There you go.
Yeah. Time now for our first trivia question for today. Kobe Bryant won his last NBA Finals championship in what year? 2005, 2007, 2010, 2011.
I don't even have the frame of reference. Do you? You probably do.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go with C.
See?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a good choice?
Could be.
You're coy. You're coy today, Mr. Wilson.
It's the poker face.
Okay. There's a QR code right there next to us. Pick up that phone and do that.
All right.
All right. I'm going 2010. I'm going to stay there.
All right.
There it is. We'll find out in about 40 minutes, give or take. All right, it is Blueberry Pie Day. Gotta love blueberry pie. Blueberries actually are native to North America, specifically Maine, or what would become Maine, with the Wabakonkie Indians being the first to cultivate them about 13,000 years ago. Now, the first documented recipe for blueberry pie was in 1875. However, the first mention of it was in 1829. So we ate it. I guess we talked about it. We just didn't write down the recipe. And although Maine still is a large producer of the star fruit, as they were called back in the day, Michigan has over 21,000 acres of land dedicated to growing 100 million pounds of blueberries every single year. So there you go. Blueberry Pie Day, Curtis.
There it is. Gotta like some blueberry pie.
Yeah, well, blueberries are like a superfood, too. They got all kinds of good properties in them.
It's good for you, but it also stains your clothes.
Yes, it does. And your fingers and things like that.
Yeah.
So there you go. Blueberry Pie Day. We can send Noah out for some blueberry pie.
All right.
I like it.
Had some movies came out, so the weekend box office. Number 3, The Accountant 2. Did you see the first one?
I did. I loved the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll wait a couple weeks and be on Netflix, but still.
So that was number 2. The Minecraft movie still kicking butt at the box office.
Crazy.
It's at number 2. And the number 1 is the, what's his name? Sinners. What's his name? The boxer, Creed. Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah, that one is also getting some rave reviews for what they're doing.
All right.
With this movie.
Yeah, The Accountant
He's playing
2.
2 roles. He's playing twins.
Really? I was just reading about this. I went down a rabbit hole a few minutes ago about shows like from the 60s and 70s and even 80s that we've forgotten that were huge.
Yeah.
I was just reading about Double Trouble. It was 2 sisters, but they were actually real twin sisters.
Oh,
They didn't
that was
play them.
Lindsay, right? Lindsay Lohan. She played twins.
No, she did, but that was in The Parent Trap.
Okay.
This was a show. Actually, it was Katie Segal from Married with Children. Her sisters in real life are twins, and they were in the show. I just randomly looked at it a minute ago.
Oh.
So there you go.
There you go.
There. Stunning things.
Absolutely. So take a look at a powerboat flipping through the air several times before it splashed down in Arizona during a boating competition. This happened on Saturday at Lake Havasu City. Well, the powerboat was attempting to set a speed record. The boat was traveling about 210 miles an hour before it went airborne and somersaulted before landing in the water. 2 people on the boat were hurt. They each broke some bones and were taken to the hospital for treatment. The boaters are expected to make a full recovery. The annual competition helps to raise funds for charitable organizations.
Gracious.
So 210 on the water, though, miles per hour. What is it on the water? Because isn't it it's different how you calculate
You can
that.
go by knots, but I mean, they're using miles per hour, just to keep it relatable. If you don't know knots, I think knots. I think a knot is 1.5 miles per hour. I think it is.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's still speed over ground to speed over ground.
Yeah, but you hitting water going that fast, it's like hitting a wall because that water. Whew.
I've been on one of those those cigarette boats down in the Gulf several years ago, and the guy was just trying to show off this boat could go fast. I was terrified because I mean you could just feel it breaking loose. When you see it, it can just easily flip and catch air, right?
Yeah.
It just the whole time it felt like we were not connected to the water at all, like we were basically flying. I was terrified.
Did you call it a cigarette boat?
Yeah.
That's because they're slim?
Yeah, I think so. I actually don't know why, but that would make sense to me. But I mean, they go fast, man.
Yeah.
Whew, we got a couple of them on Lake Murray, which I'm not sure we need a boat like that on Lake Murray, but teach their own, I suppose.
What's the fastest you've driven your boat on the lake?
No, I mean 35.
That's miles per hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean my boats aren't designed for speed.
Gotcha.
Pontoons and cruiser and stuff, but that's plenty fast. I mean I've gone other boats probably 40, and that's fast on the water.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I mean there's no brakes in a boat.
True.
You know what I mean? So you just gotta hope you don't see a floating log or something.
Yeah. All right, so we asked you the trivia question. Kobe Bryant won his last NBA Finals championship in what year?
It turns out it was 2000. Yes, I was right, 2010. Kobe was named the MVP for the second straight year after beating the Celtics.
Congratulations, for sure. For those who got it right.
Yeah, what was it? Do we in numbers on? No?
Okay. All right.
There you go. All right, so according to Metro, humble brags that make couples look and sound arrogant. Maybe you're trying to brag on yourself, or maybe put the outward appearance that your relationship is better than ever or better than whatever. Couples who say we never argue. People argue. People have that happens. We always make whoopee. They didn't say whoopee in here, but I'm going to say it that way.
Wow.
Really?
You substituting words?
Yes, I am.
What? I'm rubbing off on you.
Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, yeah, it was whoopee. That's an old 70s game show phrase from Chuck Woolery.
No.
Yeah, it was on
the dating game, the newlywed game. The newlywed game. He would say, whoopee.
Yeah, making whoopee.
What was that guy's name?
I thought it was Chuck Woolery.
Well, he was there, but there was another guy. Anyway.
It'll come back to us.
Yeah.
It was love at first sight. Come on now.
You don't believe in love at first sight?
I don't think love. I mean, how do you know if you love somebody? You can go, wow, that's a fine-looking woman.
Look at like say when people go shopping, what do they? Oh, I love that outfit. Oh, I love that dress.
Yeah, but do they really love it? I mean, they throw that around a little too much.
I get you.
I mean, you can be like, wow, I didn't want to meet this chick and I want to, hang out with her and see what she's all about. But you can't. Yeah. I mean, what do you know? What if she has like a horrible voice or bad breath? Chronic halitosis.
Okay.
I mean, and we never go to bed angry. People try to claim that.
Well, the elderly folks would say that, You
do?
Yeah. Yeah, Bob Eubanks is his name. Keneal just put it.
Bob Eubanks, yes.
Bob Eubanks.
No, but yes, you're right. The older generation say we never go to bed angry.
Yeah, you should never go to bed angry.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how
And they would also say keep courting. You know what courting is, right?
That's dating, right?
Court someone.
Right.
Yeah. And the same things you did to get them, same things you do to keep them. So you keep courting.
So you always, date nights and things like that. People say that's a healthy thing to do to carve out date night. But I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on you. If you got to carve out a date night, you're going to have fun on Friday no matter what. You better do it. And anything good on Patrol this weekend?
Yeah, it always has its moments. You could just never tell what's going on. And we had an incident where a guy, which was embarrassing for him, was at a car wash here and by himself, had his lotion, and the deputy pulled up on him. Yeah.
What do you mean he had his lotion?
Well,
At a car wash?
Yes.
Because if the moment struck you, I mean, it's a very...
That's all I'll say about that. Yeah.
I mean, you're just driving around. Oh, I was going to pull over.
It's a sticky situation.
Oh, Jesus.
The NFL is investigating after the 21-year-old son of Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator made a prank call to Cleveland Browns draft pick Shedeur Sanders. Well, the call happened on Friday after Shedeur fell out of the first round. Things continue to get worse for Sanders as 6 quarterbacks were selected before him. As Sanders anxiously awaited news of his draft status, Jax Ulbrich, that's the son of Jeff Ulbrich, called the quarterback. The call allegedly was from the general manager of the New Orleans Saints, which obviously was not true. Jax Ulbrich has since apologized for his actions. The Cleveland Browns then drafted Sanders in the 5th round of the draft on Saturday.
I guess I've read this story several times here this morning, trying to figure out what did he pretend to say? Hey, man, I want you to come play for me. I mean,
right. It was a prank call like that, trying to say that he was being drafted by this team at that time, but it
I see.
was fake. That was a bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did?
He ended the call with saying, "You're going to have to wait a little longer, buddy," and then hung up on him.
So how does a 17-year-old kid sound like the general manager of the Saints, though? It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Depends on when puberty hits and your voice changes.
Yeah,
Sound a little older.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
Time now for your second trivia question for today. With Shedeur Sanders going to the Cleveland Browns, how many starting quarterbacks have the Browns had since 1999? 15, 26, 37, 40.
Again, no frame of reference. I mean, how many quarterbacks are normally on a team?
What was the years? Since 1999?
I mean, what's a normal team?
Like each team averages maybe 3 to 4 quarterbacks.
Where you've got the starter, like you got the Tom Brady, and then you got backups.
Yeah.
Who started the game for him?
Right.
Thank you, useless trivia.
I'm going to go with 26. I feel like that's a lot, but
Okay.
I don't know. QR code is right there. Yeah, I'll go with 26.
Okay.
Again, you probably know the answer to this one, Gan, don't you?
Nah, Browns are a good team, but I never really followed them.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the dog pound and the whole 9 yards when Jim Brown was there, it's been a minute.
Right.
Yeah.
I just realized something. Cleveland Brown. Isn't that from the Family Guy? Isn't that Cleveland?
I haven't watched the film.
Cleveland Brown. I just put that thing. I knew we were talking about Cleveland Browns all morning, and I'm like, that name sounds so familiar.
But then again, so does Cleveland Rocks, the show that was on TV.
Yeah, but Cleveland does not rock.
What's the guy's name? Jim.
Jim.
Not Jim Carrey.
Jim.
Is it Jim really? No. He
Yeah.
now hosts the show on TV, the game show.
The Price is Right.
Okay.
No, it's not Jim. What is it? Oh my gosh. We're firing on all cylinders this morning.
And useless trivia has been useless this morning.
So he's just trivia this morning, apparently. He's just walking
now.
off.
He's leaving us.
What are we going to do without our floor director, Curtis? I don't know what to
know.
do. Where do I look? I don't know what to do.
I know.
All right, 26. I'm going for it.
He really left.
He did. Let's get to weather. He just walked out the door. He's getting in his car.
And man, I was watching the game yesterday with the Knicks and the Detroit Pistons.
Okay.
Back in the day, they used to have some big battles.
Right.
You had Rodman, Starks, Ewing, just these battles between these teams. This series now reminds me of that time back then.
Really?
When they played like that. So Detroit is on the verge of losing out. I mean, it's 3-1. They go Tuesday back to the Madison Square Garden, see what happens. Lakers, again, as we talked about, they're on the verge of losing as well.
And it's playoffs, right?
Yeah, playoffs right now.
What is the equivalent in the basketball equivalent to the Stanley Cup or the World Series?
Yeah, it's like, okay, when we get to the finals,
Right.
That's that championship series there.
Okay.
So right now you got the playing games going on
Right.
with these teams.
And somebody will be the world
That's the
champions.
7, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, you call 'em?
definitely.
Okay.
Oh, for sure, for sure. What you got?
So it turns out, you may have heard, it seems like every time we turn around, there's shark bites, and there's, sharks have been, around biting more people, and hear stories anyway. It turns out that people are saying it's because of these ridiculous TikTok trends and influencers that people are getting bit more, because these are unprovoked. They're not unprovoked attacks. They're the people trying to grab sharks and try to go into their world.
Right.
It's not the sharks trying to come in ours.
Right.
But it's because people they want to get the cool selfies with a shark and things, and the sharks
dangerous.
say, I ain't playing.
Yeah. And the ones that gets me is like when people are on the cliffs, doing dangerous stuff right off that cliff just to get that shot.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
And then they end up dead. I mean, good gracious. So there you go. Leave the sharks alone. We get bit a lot less.
This is true. Yeah.
No, I love the water, but I do not like sharks.
You know how to swim well?
I swim.
Good.
Yeah, I can swim, but even like when I dive and stuff in the ocean, I'm always like looking everywhere for that shark to be coming out of the blue.
I hear you.
So it's unnerving at times.
I'm sure.
But I get it, like running from bear. As long as I can swim faster than the guy next to me, I'm okay.
These bears are very bold.
They are.
There was a video of somebody left food in the car overnight, and the camera caught the bear trying to. The door was locked. Busted that window, got in there, got that food.
He's hungry.
Yeah.
He has a big jar of honey or a picnic basket.
Yeah.
You boo boo. Boo boo. It's Yogi Bear.
Yeah, I knew that. I was listening to Austin do it
Beaver out there.
as well. Here's a new wedding trend that has many people confused and angry. It's called Venmo the Bride. In this new trend, the brides-to-be are now including their Venmo usernames on invitations, signage, merch, and even social media. This obviously had the internet in a frenzy, with one user saying the only people that should be getting Venmo'd are the single bridesmaids. Even etiquette experts are calling this new trend tacky, especially since the bride is asking for the money.
What's the difference? You register at Walmart or whatever. You're asking for stuff.
Yeah.
And how does the guy get the short end of the stick? Why can't you Venmo me? Yeah. Fellas, let's unite. You want to Venmo the bride? How about Cash App the groom?
But the bridesmaid thing, I think that's where it should be, because they're the ones who have to go out and buy the dresses and the accessories and the whole 9 yards, to be a part of the wedding. And some of them may not have the funds to be able to do such a thing,
That's actually a very good idea. It's very astute.
Yeah.
I like that. Interesting.
And
Just
for
Venmo.
the bride, isn't it the dad who's responsible for paying for the wedding?
Yeah, traditionally the dad of the bride is supposed to pay for the whole shooting match. Traditionally.
Yeah.
I don't know if that still happens these days or not.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and sometimes
Austin
people
says
say,
that.
what's that?
Go ahead, what do you say?
Oh, I was saying that sometimes people now say that if your second wedding, the dad doesn't have to pay for the bride. It's the first wedding dad's supposed to pay for.
No. Austin was saying for the first one. Now I guess nowadays it's a combined effort with the
Right,
Venmo
with everybody.
and the dad.
All right, Venmo the bride.
Yeah.
Cash App the groom, by golly.
And our second trivia question for you this morning: how many starting quarterbacks have the Browns had since 1999?
D40. Since returning to Cleveland in 1999, the Browns have drafted or started 40 quarterbacks out of 40 QBs. Only Baker Mayfield has won a playoff game, and that was back in 2020. 66% of people on the QR code club got it right.
It's painful to watch you do that.
This is actually good news. It turns out that most Americans believe only about half of what they read on the internet.
Oh,
Some people just take it as gospel
Yeah.
without research.
Run with it.
Thankfully, people are saying, hey, you know what? 41% of people polled, this is according to Talker, say that 41% of people say what they see online is accurate. 23% of content on the internet is completely false, purposely inaccurate and misleading, and 36% of people think that. 78% of the people polled said it's never been worse, that the internet is just becoming not great for a source. And they also believe, majority of people, that things are all AI created. So it turns out, because it's on Google, doesn't necessarily mean it's true. I know that's shocking.
Got to do your homework.
You got to.
T.D. Jakes, Potter's House, Atlanta, well-known book, pastor, the whole nine.
Oh,
yards.
yeah.
Yeah, he's stepping down. He's
Really?
67, and he's turning it over to his daughter and his son-in-law. Now, he had a health scare not too long ago, so
Okay.
that's probably playing into his decision to do that.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I've heard that name before.
Yeah. What else you got?
Oh, no. Have you watched the Righteous Gemstones? Speaking of super churches.
I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wrapping up. I think it may have been the last one.
I know it's
last
popular,
night.
though.
This season, if you watch, you're a fan of it. The first couple seasons are just funny. This season's really taken a very dark turn. There's just not quite a comedy this
I
year.
haven't seen it.
But yeah, not for nothing. But you just mentioned super churches, and I thought of the Righteous Gemstones.
What's the one on Netflix where you got it's like the Dawn of the Dead? It's
Oh, The Walking Dead.
yeah. Is it The Walking Dead? It's not The Walking Dead, but what's the one on the show? Joel Dopp. Oops, I just probably gave away something. Catch him at noon.
What just happened?
5, 6, and 11. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, be good to each other.